Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek-A-Day. Hope you're having a great day as usual. The fifth and final season of Star Trek Discovery recently started off airing, and something cropped up that crops up every time a new season of Discovery comes about that I've never quite understood, and that is hate watching. It's not unique to Discovery. A lot of bad shows or shows people have something against, they go through this process, but because I'm a Star Trek fan, just something that I happen to see all the time on my social media feeds and things like that, I've never wrapped my head around the idea of watching something, choosing to watch something that you genuinely dislike to the point where you feel the need to, after the horrible viewing experience, go on and express how much you hated it, and then go and watch the next episode and repeat and berate people that did enjoy it. I don't get that, because to me, time is the most valuable thing that you have. You can do things to make more money, do many other things of value that you can control. Time, you have the least control over, and you never really know. Even if you take care of yourself and you're in good health, and you're in a good, stable position financially, no matter what, even if you're in the best situation, you really can't control how much time you have. And so, with something like a TV show, choosing to take the time to watch something, even if it's just an hour or so, you're taking that little piece of what time you have in your life, choosing to do that activity instead of other activities. So why would you willingly choose to spend that time with something you dislike? I just can't wrap my head around that. Like, you don't hear me really talk about Star Trek Discovery on this channel because I try to make this a very positive thing, put a little bit of the joy of Star Trek in your life every day. And what I saw of Star Trek Discovery, I didn't enjoy. It's the only Star Trek iteration. I like different iterations to various degrees, but it's the only one I've never really, I couldn't get into. And so I stopped watching it. And I don't really talk about it because there are people who enjoy Discovery, and I really don't feel the need to add a negative voice out there. I don't understand watching something that you actively dislike. Just an interesting thing that I just am baffled by. And then people taking it to the extremes, and this happens with a lot of different fandoms as well, calling for the death of actors and shows they don't like, or showrunners, and it's ridiculous and rather distasteful, more than distasteful, disgusting, to call for the death of a human being because you don't like something they did creatively. Do I think Star Trek as a franchise would be better off without the control of Alex Kurtzman? Yes, and going well before Star Trek, I've never enjoyed what he's done creatively, but at the same time, I've never met this person. He's never done anything to me personally, just because there's no artist or creative alive who everyone's going to enjoy everything they want. Just because I don't like someone's work doesn't say anything about them as a person. I've never met him, could be the nicest guy in the world. Heck, what do I know? So why would you wish for the death of that person? Someone that does conceivably have people in their lives that do love them, is someone who is special to some people, to a family, to friends. And just because you don't like something that they create, to want them dead that's repugnant. And I don't, those are some kind of very negative extremes. Again, like to talk a lot about negativity on this channel, but those are things that are just baffling to me, where you have an actor who plays a role and you actively dislike that role. The actor isn't that role, they're playing a character, they're just a person. So to call for someone to get hit by a car because you don't like a character they played is just bizarre to me. I've never really understood that. And on that note, if you are someone who is watching this fifth season of Discovery and really enjoying it, I'd love to hear what you're liking so far. I've seen little bits and pieces of just information and about tying into the TNG storyline, and it's kind of an interesting way to end the series, and especially as it wraps up. I'd love to hear if you have been a fan of that series for its 5 seasons, if you were satisfied with its conclusion, because it's not a show that I have any vested interest in. It's not a show that I found any enjoyment in, but I would not wish a negative experience for people that do enjoy it. If you do enjoy it and you have invested the time into 5 seasons of a show, I hope you do get a satisfying conclusion. So I'd love to hear, if you are a fan of Discovery, what your experience of that 5th season is as you go along. And again, if you watch something and you don't like it, don't watch it again, and just move on with your life, and instead use that time to experience something you do like. There are enough negative things in life that you have no control over, that when you do have control over something, your time, find something enjoyable to do with it rather than something negative.